All right, everybody. So here is our video for Unit 2, Video Assignment A. We are going to move forward with our balloon car, and we're going to be focusing on improving your balloon car research. All right, so in this section, we're going to talk about something called forces and friction. As you've been going through Unit 2, that's kind of the main topics. So a force is a push or a pull. Forces can be interactions between two objects. Friction is a type of force in which two surfaces are sliding past each other. When a moving object experiences friction, the direction of frictional forces is opposite to the direction of the object's motion. You will make improvements on your balloon car by identifying where friction occurs and reducing its effect. Project objective. So for this section, you are going to think about how you can redesign your balloon car to reduce the amount of friction. Your goal is to make the balloon car move even faster than it did in experiment 1. Okay, so here are some ideas, background research, things you want to think about before you start changing things on your car. So observe the motion of your car and identify any places where friction may occur. So while the car is moving, can you hear any noises such as scraping? Maybe is there anything dragging or your wheels not moving or rotating? Are there any materials on your car that cause a large amount of friction? Are there any materials on your car that cause a small amount of friction? So you can research, right? Use Google, things like that, for common sources of friction in which materials experience a large or small amount of friction. So certain materials are going to create more friction than others. So start thinking about things like what improvements can you make to reduce the friction on your balloon car? And are there better materials or a different design that you can use? If you want to talk to your teacher about these things before you start changing things on your balloon car, you are welcome to. Okay, so in this section, you should be doing that background research and writing down these certain notes. You're going to want to come back to these later on when you start doing the lab write-up. So these are important to have written down somewhere and kept safe. So write down all the sources of friction in your balloon car, the sources of friction that have the greatest impact on your car's motion, the materials on your car that causes the result in large amounts of friction, and also think about low friction materials that you can use to replace those high friction materials. So remember this section, right? It's kind of your brainstorm section before you actually start changing things. Okay, so these next two slides are just kind of reminder summary of what we did, right? How we calculated velocity, how we measured position over time, things like that. So this is basically just kind of a review of how we actually did the trials. So calculating change in position over time, calculating change in velocity over time. Okay, what are your next steps? What should you be doing in this section? So research. Identify areas of friction on your balloon car. Research friction in materials that decrease or increase friction. And you can discuss these effects with your teacher if you would like to. And here are your next steps. So write a hypothesis, complete the pre-lab section, gather materials needed for the building or rebuilding of the balloon car, and physically you can rebuild that car. So make improvements to your balloon car if necessary. Record data about the car's velocity in your notes. You will be creating a position time graph and a velocity time graph as well, and answer the lab write-up questions. So these are the pre-work questions that are following this video assignment, as well as the steps for your balloon car experiment this week. So number 1, what are the sources of friction on your balloon car? 2, Look at the places where friction occurs, and is there any place where the friction has the greatest impact on your car's motion? 3, how will you reduce or eliminate? So you can either reduce, decrease the amount of friction that is affecting your car, or eliminate, maybe get rid of it completely. How will you do that for your balloon car? Is number 3. And 4, what additional materials will you need to improve your car? Do you want to swap out the wheels? Do you need a bigger balloon? What sort of things are you thinking you would need to change your balloon car? Okay, so that's the overview for this section of video 2A, improving your balloon car research.